And it might be wrong, and it might be coming through the wrong channels. But the enemy having another plan for putting it out there, exacerbating tensions and exaggerating stories. But I have reason to believe that it could be true, but I have no proof, and I must be honest, except proof of the eunuchs is proof enough for me. I was in the Sudan, and I was sitting with Brother Sadiq al-Mahdi, with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We were at Sadiq al-Mahdi's home, and out of the clear black or blue, I asked one of my questions. The minister looked at me. I said, Brother Sadiq, do our people here in the Sudan consider themselves Muslim? Or, no, I didn't say that. Do they consider themselves Arab or African? He never hesitated. He said Arabs. Now, he's in the Sudan. He said, we are Arabs. Anyone who speaks the Arabic language is an Arab. I said, brother, that sounds, the minister looked at me. But he didn't stop me, though. He let me go on. I said, that sounds like Arab imperialism to me. You mean you're an African and you deny your Africanism? To say that you're an Arab, I could have understood a little bit. If he would have said, we are Muslim, then he would have been dealing with something in a religious or a spiritual realm. But he said, we are Arab. And I hear many arrogant Arabs say, oh, assalamu alaikum, alhamdulillah, we are so happy that you have accepted our religion, Islam. Say it's not your religion. All that I'm covering now deals with Malcolm's dream of human rights. You can't get human rights legislated from The Hague in Netherlands. You can't get human rights legislated from any white European body on the face of the planet Earth. You can't take your case to a world court. Malcolm, we love you for all that you have done, but 30 years later, we must make a careful, critical, and correct analysis. You can't take your case before the United Nations. Rockefeller paid for a greater portion of the very ground that the United Nations is sitting on. All of the African nations and Asian nations can vote together in a solid block. And one cracker, one stinking cracker can walk to the podium, may not even walk to the podium, hit a button or hit a lever at the desk and veto. One cracker can veto all of the votes put together. Am I lying? How many know what I'm talking about? Let me see your hand. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just keep your damn hand down. Some of you won't raise your hand. You don't have to raise your hand. Hell, you know some of the ones that didn't raise their hand know I'm telling the truth. But you want to keep the lie out there because some don't want to give this white man up. Human rights. You are the human. You are the human. He is not a human. You are the human. You naturally have the moral and spiritual and ethical nature. I'll do that in part 2 after the break. I'll lay this out and I'll cover it after the break. I've been, and we'll get back to Malcolm in a minute. I've been to Muslim countries. I've been to Christian countries. I've been to capitalist countries. I've been to socialist countries. I've been to communist countries. I've been to so-called Jew countries. And no matter what the social, political, economic, academics system is, wherever the black-white dynamic existed, I found the white on top and the black on the bottom. If it was based on race, I saw the white race on top, black race on the bottom. If it was based on class, I saw the white folks in the upper class and black people in the lower class. I'll go into it a little deeper when we get back. We'll go back into Islam. Islam cannot change the white man. Stop telling that lie. Nothing can change the white man. The white man is coded that way. You want to believe with this human rights and civil rights talk, you want to believe that there are good white folks and bad white folks. There's just two kinds of white folks, bad white folks and worse white folks. That's all it is. I know some of you with all of your African adornment got a white girlfriend, got a white boyfriend. You ain't got to raise your hand. We can look at you and see Susie in your eyes. You don't get off so easy, sister. We can see Bob, we see Bill, we see Larry in your eyes. Merv, Doug, Bud. Some of you got these crackers walking around with dreadlocks. That's one of the most dreadful scenes that you could ever see. There's a cracker with these phony, funny-looking dreadlocks. Brothers and sisters, humanism. If we look at it, you're the human being. You're the human being. You gave morality to the world. You gave ethics to the world. You gave spirituality, the notion even if they haven't accepted it, or nature won't allow them to receive it. You gave the notion of spirituality to the world. You gave religion to the world. You did. Before you, there were none. After you, there'll be no more. If you find a thing doing the same thing in every time zone, on every landmass, throughout the annals of time, you find it doing the same thing, then that should let you know that it cannot change. It's coded that way. It can't change. The white man can't change. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said separation is the best and only solution. Look at him. I'm quoting him perfectly now. Come right on up, brothers and sisters, that seat's right here. He says separation is the best and only solution. Let's stop right there. If he said it was just the best solution, then you could say, well, there are some other solutions. Huh? But he said it's the best and only solution to the problem, the race problem that exists between black and white. Separation is the only solution. You praise the white man, some of us, not me. You praise him for his Declaration of Independence. You praise him for separating from the British Empire. The Declaration of Independence was an act of separation. 13 little scrawny colonies separated from the British Empire. Is that right? Paul Revere, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams. These faggots with pedal pushers and ruffles on their shirts and wigs on their head. Then the Minutemen. I'm not going to get into that. That's between them and their wives. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know why their wives call them the Minutemen. This is such a serious subject, brothers and sisters. We have to lighten it up with a little humor every now and then. You give me the signal, brother, when would you like to have that break? Would you like to have it right now? How many would like to take the break now? How long should the break be? 15 to 20 minutes, and during that 15 to 20 minutes, what's procedure? How do we? All right. Brothers and sisters, let us now take our break, and we'll be back in a minute. Thank you. All of thank you.
This is not a question. I just wanted to say I was really impressed with what you said.
Hold on a second. Hold your positions, babies. Right over here. I'll let you know when. What's your name? Danielle, what's your name, baby? Marcia? Melissa? Get them both, these things clean.